tire conservation was such a big deal?
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a bit. Yeah. Yes.
Would you like to have more of them?
I thought that was fun. It's different, you know. Variety's the spice of life.
What do you think caused the tire issues?
I had no idea. It was different. I just don't know why. Whether there was some difference in the compound, the resin, I don't know.
Did you prefer this style compared to maybe what you saw last week in Phoenix?
Yeah, you know, the driver's been asking for the tires to wear out more. We got it. This was, you know, if we were like a 2 on a 10 scale, this was a 9 or a 10, you know. It's kind of like maybe there's a middle ground somewhere, but it was definitely a different race. I had a lot of fun. I felt like you had to be really smart. It reminded me of one of Matt Weaver's short track late model races for a while. And you know what? You know, like, it's good to have something different every once in a while.
Do you think it was too extreme today?
I mean, we went from like I said, a 2 to a 10. Maybe there's somewhere in the middle here.
Is that the discipline you talked about earlier?
Oh, big today.
Overall, really solid day for us.
So you enjoyed it. You had fun.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, great finish, great day. We needed that. Great points day for us.
Did you feel like the tire was too extreme today? Did you? And what did you think about that? The tire itself.
It was fun. I don't know. It's what we were dealt.
And would you rather deal with something like this compared to what you did at Phoenix last week?
This was a lot of fun for sure. I enjoyed it.
How does that compare to like a way extreme version of Pensacola? Is there some similarities to that?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think it takes you back to short track racing around the country and figuring out how to manage tires and conserve tires for the end, and luckily we were able to do so. We had a really fast Dollar Tree Toyota Camry XSE. Probably rode a little bit too much that last long run, or we probably could have finished better, but overall really solid points day. This 42 team needed that after the last few weeks we've had, and showing that we have speed. We just got to execute.
Is there something to be learned in that maybe not having that extreme tire wear, but like having racing that looks more similar to this on short tracks?
I'll let Denny answer that one on Monday on his podcast. Personally, I would not want tire wear at Dover like we did here today. That'd be a little sketchy.
Behind the wheel, I mean, did you have fun at times? Was it too far? I know like some drivers are really split on their opinions.
It was fun for me, at least. We had a really fast Dollar Tree Toyota Camry XSE. Everyone at Legacy Motor Club did a great job, and overall, we had a really solid finish. So, grateful for my team, grateful for all of our partners to get us here to the racetrack, and great points day for us.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Here with Noah Gragson. Noah, talk about the tire. It had to be frustrating to handle throughout the day.
Yeah, we're all in the same boat, so just didn't do a good enough job compared to the others, and there's nothing to complain about. We just didn't put together a good race, and yeah, obviously the tire's worn out, but we got down to the cords, but we need to be better at managing that, not blowing through the tread on the tires. So tough day, but still proud of our group, and everyone's in the same boat, so they all did it a lot better.
Do you think this was maybe too bit of an extreme when it comes to tire wear, or were you kind of settled on that?
To me, there's a green flag and a checker flag, and you have to do a better job than the rest of the guys. So it's what we had. I'm sure some people are complaining. There's nothing for me to complain about other than I need to do a better job.
Thanks, man. Trey, Lyle, Frontstretch.com here with Matt McCall, the crew chief for Brad Keselowski. Obviously, good day finishing P3. Just talk about the tires. How big of an adjustment was it from the top of the box, having to kind of deal with something maybe completely unexpected?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the wear was super high, right? But I mean, overall, a lot of it you can't control. You know, I mean, obviously Brad did a great job managing the tires, and we just tried to give him what we could. And you know, the tire sets, the way that it played out, sort of everybody had the same amount, and then we got that extra set, and that sort of gave you a little bit of sign of relief. But Brad did a good job managing track position and still trying to maintain good pace.
Do you think this is like a step in the right direction? Do you think it was a little bit too extreme today?
I mean, to me, I love it, right? Like, I mean, obviously it's easier when you're running good to say that, but like this is a style of racing I feel like I grew up doing. You know what I mean? You had to do a little managing, you had to figure out what tire you were wearing, how do you work the other tires. Now maybe we can make some gains on the left side wear a little bit to make it a little bit different, but overall, like I thought it was pretty cool.
What is the homework like? Because like I know I was talking to.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been a tough couple weeks. So glad to finally get a solid run, and wish we would have ripped the fence like normal here for the fans, but still was a good run for us.
Thank you. It was Lincoln over here. I mean, as far as the tire wear, was it a good balance, acceptable, bad? I mean, what was your opinion behind the wheel?
Behind the wheel, we all want tires that wear out and that we have to manage. This was just too far, probably. I mean, I think only being able to go 40 laps on tires at Bristol is difficult, but the tire didn't change from the last couple of years, so it's not the tire, it's the resin. We all told him to put PJ1 down last night instead of resin, and nobody listened, and this happened. So it's just it's a tough box, right? Like nobody knows exactly what's going to happen, and they went with the resin with their data, and unfortunately it didn't work. I feel like PJ1 would have made it more normal, and we wouldn't try to apply that stuff to tonight.
Is it kind of the wildest thing you've ever seen when you?
No, I wouldn't say it's the wildest thing you've ever seen. Was it like Brickyard in the early 2000s was the wildest thing I've ever seen. Not that I was there, but I remember watching on TV, tire-wise. But yeah, I mean, it was the same for everybody, right? So you just had to do what you could. We all kind of had an idea that it very well could go this direction after practice, and yeah, it happened.
Did you ever wear out tires to the point where you were really in trouble? Because I don't think you had any real issues.
Yeah, I mean, as we pitted, the right front was pretty well done, and middle part or maybe end of the first stage, we quartered the right front really bad. So kind of learned my lesson then and tried to apply it to the rest of the race.
Very good.
So you probably could have used the race being like 10, 15 more laps because you stayed out longer than anybody, right?
Yeah, for sure. I also ran harder than most there at the end, so you kind of, I think the right front's probably still corded, I would guess, but yeah, just it worked out for us.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. That felt like a 500 lap, like rubber down dirt race. Because you just don't know, how your tires are wearing and all that. So yeah, it was a bit weird, but I'm happy overall to come away with a fifth.
Thank you. Congratulations on the top 5. Thanks.
Kyle, was it hard to maintain discipline when a guy passed you early in a run? You knew you had to keep the tires on the car and not to try to chase them back down?
The first couple runs before we really had an idea how bad things were going to be, it was difficult to have that patience. But after I would say the second pit stop, we all kind of realized that it was going to be you just kind of had to ride 60% the whole race to try and make it throughout a run. And yeah, we just kept getting cautions and stuff, and then there at the end we finally got to run green, and it just ended up working out for us.
In all the races you've run in all forms of racing, how hard has it been to maintain tires? Like, have you ever had a race like this?
No, I've never ran a race like that. That was really weird. I hope I never have to run a race like that again either. But yeah, it was interesting. Any different of a race because you don't want to be the first one to wear out a tire, so you're still trying to make your tire live longer than everybody else's. So if we would have had 10 extra sets of tires, I don't think it would have looked any differently. Maybe just the end of that second stage would have looked different, but that's about it. So yeah, just wild that it never took rubber.
If you didn't have the penalty, do you think you could have won?
I doubt it. Denny, I think, put together a really good run there. Like, he was, when everybody was struggling with, because they were all down to cords and like pitting, he was still good and could make time. So I think he would have been really hard to beat. But maybe if I don't have the penalty, maybe I finish a couple spots better. Maybe I finish a handful of spots worse too. So you just don't really know how it plays out. So I'll be happy with the fifth that we had with the penalty.
Had you guys known, like, going in, the tire wear would be this bad? Would that have made any difference at all, or was it just still like unmanageable?
Yeah, I don't think that it would have made any difference because, like I was just saying, I mean, we could have had 10 more extra sets of tires, but you're still going to play the race out the same because you don't want to be the first one to. You don't know when like a caution's coming out. So I guess whatever it was at Indy a long time ago, they ran like 10 laps at a time, like. That would be the only way you could run hard, but that would have sucked too. So I think the unknown of the lengths of the runs was kind of fun because there was times and I was like really saving and then I would fall back and then a caution would come out and I'm like, God dang, like now I got to pit behind all these people and So there, I feel like I got a good kind of cadence to the rhythm of the runs there, in the beginning portion of this third stage, and then we had that penalty. So then it kind of all just went awry, but then somehow we ended up 5th. So we'll take it.
Do you think there's a lot that you guys can learn from this race and maybe apply that to tracks coming
ahead of us? And just had to use my stuff up too much to try to get there, and then the last 5 laps my right rear was cored. So was close. It was a great run for our auto owners, Camry, and great job by everybody on our team all weekend really to put us in this position. And it was an interesting race, that's for sure. But just come up a little short there.
Explain to the race fans at home how you managed these tires today at Bristol.
Early in the race, you just kind of went too hard and realized your tires were gone, and then it's like, all right, obviously we can't run as hard as we can, and then you just kind of had to figure out how hard you could push it, what kind of lap times you could kind of run throughout the run, and then kind of manage it from there. So it was tricky. I mean, honestly, I barely pushed any harder that last run for 10 laps, and at the end I was right rear cord. So it's just, man, it was a fine line, and fortunately for us, we had a lot of speed in our Toyotas today, and we were able to save tires and stay up front, and that was really the key.
All right, that's good.
How much fun were those that last drive?
It would have been a lot more fun if I just could have come out of the pits with Denny. When he pitted, I was on his bumper. We came out, we were over straightaway behind, so that was really the difference. We just too much ground to make up, and I had to use too much tire to get there. I tried to get there and then save, and it just, the last 5 laps, my right rear was gone. So, just lost too much time around the green flag sequence.
Where's the balance between having a race like this and you guys saying that there needs to be more fall off, but not quite like this, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously it's good when the tires wear like that. Obviously, the left sides didn't wear at all, which is a problem. We need to, figure out how to make the left sides wear too, and then the right side's not quite as much. So I think the big issue today was, for whatever reason, no rubber went down on the racetrack, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just too cold. Maybe they changed the rubber or whatever. But last year it was nothing like this. So something's different, and it's up to the Goodyear and NASCAR, whoever, to figure out what's different. But aside from that, it's fun racing that way, and you kind of gotta be a little smarter than just go all out all day long, which we pretty much do everywhere. So it's different, unique, and glad we were able to figure it out.
Is that resin instead of PJ1 having that effect?
I don't think so, no. I mean, you look at the racetrack, the only place there's any rubber's on the bottom. So, I mean, usually the middle and top grooves come in. It's just all that rubber dust up top. You can't ever get up there to run the top in. So even practice yesterday, we knew something was different. 25 laps, our tires were gone on the right sides. They were just completely wore out. So, somebody will have to figure out why it's all different than last year.
Did experience play a factor in managing the tires? Because you, Denny, and Brad all did well.
I guess.
Was this anything like the racing, like when you entered the Cup Series, or was this crazier than that?
The only time I can recall ever having tire wear this bad was Indy that one year, and that was like way worse than this. So, I mean, this was manageable. I think, obviously if your car was good like ours was, you could manage better than most. But it was still tough. So, it was not quite like anything we've ever done before in a long time.
This is Aaron Bearden, driver the number 21. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check out one of these 2 videos beside me. Visit frontstretch.com for more racing content.